Trey, guess what?
What's up, man?
I heard from our songwriter the other day, and he has informed me that he has completed season 3 music already.
Oh, he's completed it.
He's completed it.
Has he
We won't
sent
tell
you
you what it is. We won't tell you what it is.
He hadn't sent you a copy of it yet?
No, he wants to wait. He wants us to hear it all together. So
Okay.
I just thought, I was listening to the music right now, and I said, oh, maybe I should inform Trey. That means we're getting close to season 3, which is scary.
Right. That is crazy. I'm excited to hear it.
Season 3 or the song?
Yes.
How about the rest? How about we complete season 2 first?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wait because I know it's coming.
Guess what, Ryan? I've got a headline.
And you're coming.
Exactly. So this headline reads, thousands of syringes containing vaginal tightening gel seized at MSP airport. CBP says.
What's this? Oh, border.
Something. Border anyway,
we got one letter. Did you leave that there?
I was wondering if you're tracking stuff. That was one of the questions. Does this put the Kegel people out of business?
So wait a second. No. So somebody left vagina tightening cream
gel
at the airport,
and
it was syringes.
Syringes, yeah. So I guess
is it legal?
syringe it.
Is it
I don't
legal?
know. That's weird. It says, why Minneapolis? Are the vaginas bigger there? And does this put the Kegel people out of business?
Keep going.
How does one know when the hoo-ha needs tightening?
Yeah. Okay. Fair. I mean, fair enough. I mean, we would know.
So yeah, some of the comments weren't.
I wonder if you get a husband that's like, hey, I think it's time for that syringe.
Yeah,
baby.
Here's one gentleman said, does it work on booties too?
Oh,
asking for a friend. I don't know if that's the booty hole or just the booty in general.
I'm gonna go booty in general, but I know you're gonna go booty hole because that's where your mind goes.
There's nothing wrong with the booty hole.
That's where your mind goes.
But one of the comments is, why were they seized? Is it illegal to tighten the vajayjay?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
So they were seized. I thought you said that she just left them behind. You're saying
they were seized. Yeah. Oh. Thousands of syringes too.
Wow.
So.
Well, maybe she's not allowed to maybe she's not allowed to distribute them. Still makes no sense.
All of her female friends. I don't. Maybe she was using them just for her.
It sounds like a good cause to me.
I don't see an issue.
I don't see an issue either.
Especially if it works. So yeah.
Okay. We started this last week, but I've got a butthurt comment of the week coming at you.
Good.
From our social media. And it's usually TikTok or YouTube. And this week it's TikTok. And it's just like, people think they're clever and they're just
not.
They're just stupid. Like, I don't know. Like this one, I don't even know if it was a slight. I don't even know if it was a. I don't even know. It was one of those where it was kind of like, is he trying to get us with something, or is he trying to just be funny? Or
yeah.
So get this. So it's the one where we were talking about the American Dream guy last time.
Okay.
A couple shows ago. I think it was 2 shows ago. One just came up. And how the migrants have gone up there, and now he's like, oh, there's no American Dream because they're not giving me everything.
Right. Okay. I do remember that now.
Well, this guy. God, imagine if I asked you what happened on episode 16 or something like that.
Nope.
So this guy comes on, and his name's Brian. I obviously won't give his full name or his handle. And he comes on there and he goes, there is an American Dream. It's being born to rich parents. Okay.
That'd be nice.
Well, right.
I'd like that.
But to kind of to say that in response to a serious topic was kind of like, what was it? Was it telling me that we were being like, what was his intention?
Yeah, I don't
and
get
so
it.
I responded to it. I was like, well, yeah, that's definitely a dream, but you know what I was talking about. That's not the American Dream, dumbass.
Did you say dumbass?
No.
Okay.
But I'm telling him to him now. I'm going to hide behind our cameras and our microphone. in my
So we can call people dumbasses?
In my fortress with high security.
Of solitude.
Yeah, I just didn't. Anyway, so I'm gonna do one of these a week, and I just felt like it wasn't necessary. Like
He made the cut.
he made the cut. There wasn't a lot of bad ones. That was good.
Did you say a name?
His name was Brian.
Brian.
But I won't say what his last name was. But so, and don't you all try and like be creative and just come up with asshole-ish things. I don't want a list of like
That could be fun though,
because now everyone's trying to get theirs on the show. So I'll give out a good one too. How about that? I'm not going to give a specific one tonight, but if that starts happening, I'm going to go shout outs to the good ones.
right?
There is a guy on TikTok. I'll give a shout out. I'll just say his first name is Zachary. And this guy's great. He just, he likes everything. And
Does he like to go by Zach, or is he a Zach
I don't know.
guy?
I don't know.
He didn't say.
No, I don't know. I'm well enough. Yeah, he's one of the guys that he'll interact. We've been asking for it. He interacts. Like he'll answer the questions that I ask. He'll
Ask him if he prefers Zach or Zachary.
I will do it. Well, let's just see if he's actually listening to the show.
Okay.
So if he's listening to the show, Zachary, you know who you are. He's a musician. He does a lot of cover songs.
Okay.
For his page. So just throw something on one of our videos that I post for this episode. It'll be 224. Goodness.
Wow.
And just say whether you go by Zach or Zachary, and we'll know that you're listening.
There we go.
So shout out to him, and fuck you, Brian.
Thanks, Zachary.
Thanks, Zachary. Okay, I'm gonna give you a couple quick stories because I have to. I can't let this go.
Do you?
Well, just imagine this.
Okay.
You and I have admitted that in the past we've had fast food at times,
A few times, yeah.
and that we enjoy it. It's not like we're going to sit and pretend like my wife does. I would never eat that because it's gross. It's nasty. No, it tastes good.
It does taste good.
It may be not good for you, but it tastes good. So imagine this at a McDonald's. And this is in Halifax.
Where the fuck is that?
Halifax is in Nova Scotia, Trey. That's way up in northeastern Canada.
Oh, I was about to ask where Nova Scotia was.
Yeah. We're going to keep
You're
going.
not helping me here.
Canada.
Canada, okay. I've heard of Canada.
It's pretty big there. But there's a McDonald's there, apparently. And this woman goes in, and she sees a man, and he's got a big beard, kind of scraggly clothing, and he's sitting at a table, and he's eating ketchup out of the dispenser at a table. And so she feels bad. And so she buys him a meal.
Oh, okay.
She buys him a meal, and she's, drops it off, and she says, "Here, I want to go ahead and give this to you." And right behind her, the McDonald's worker brought a meal and set it down and said, "Sorry for the wait, sir."
Oh, shit.
So this lady assumed he was homeless.
Man, because he's eating ketchup
Because he just eating
or
ketchup, or I don't know why he was eating ketchup, but just the way he looked. Which
man.
I admit, this lady, I can feel her.
I feel for her.
Her name, I'm gonna throw it out because it's on this article. Her name is Claire Voren or
That
something
sounds
like
like
that.
a Claire thing.
Yeah, and so but can you imagine like how embarrassing? Right behind her, she says like, "Sir, I'm gonna buy that," like thinking she's doing such a good
Sweet
deed.
thing, yeah.
And right behind her, the McDonald's employee is like, "Sir, sorry for the wait." I just couldn't pass it up. I couldn't pass it up. And what is the guy? I couldn't figure out what the guy does. It didn't say like, was he like, screw you, lady, or was he like, it's okay, I look like a hobo with this.
Well, yeah. Does he just have the beard, or was clothing kind of tattered?
All it says is he looked a little bit, unkempt.
Gotcha.
You will. I don't know what that means. It didn't really show a picture of the scene.
I don't really dress up when I go to the Whataburger right across from my parking lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're not like it's not black tie.
Right.
To go to McDonald's. So anyway, that was a funny one. And then this other one is so stupid that I have to. That's us. That's what we do, right? There's a monkey, Trey.
There is a monkey
in Indonesia.
Oh, okay.
And this monkey's name is Naruto.
Of course, yeah.
Right. Well, Naruto.
Typical monkey name.
Typical name. Wait, hold on. I need to make sure it was actually Indonesia. It's somewhere down there, but I believe it's Indonesia. Just watch it be like Thailand, and I'm off and like get called.
Yeah.
Whatever. So the monkey Naruto in Indonesia.
Okay.
Apparently, a man by the name of David Slater, who was a tourist.
Indonesia, yeah.
Yeah, he was not from Indonesia. David Slater. He left his camera out on the table, and he's running around. And down there, of course, wildlife.
Of course.
So this monkey, Naruto,
yeah.
comes up and takes a selfie.
No shit.
No joke.
That's pretty cool.
Takes a selfie with this Slater guy's camera, and so the guy realizes it later on. This guy is from Great Britain, so he's English.
Of course, yeah.
So PETA, headquartered in San Francisco, claims, and I can't make this up, that the monkey Naruto has copyrights to the picture.
Are you serious?
I kid you not.
Holy shit.
And that this Slater guy cannot make any profits off this, because look, a monkey taking a selfie, and it's like an obvious selfie, like his arms are out and everything, and even I don't know if you had to prove it. I saw the picture; it looks like a selfie.
Pretty cool.
And so, I mean, if you think that Naruto taking a selfie is cool, it's pretty cool.
Just a monkey taking a picture, I think, is pretty cool.
Monkeys are pretty close, and some people believe we came from monkeys.
How much money are you thinking you can make off that, or does PETA think they're going to make it?
PETA, you know what, PETA? We can ask. We have a guest coming on that's very, and I'm with her on a lot of animal topics. I agree with her, but when it comes to PETA, I feel like PETA is the extremist group.
Gotcha.
Of animal lovers. Okay, really? This guy can't make $200 total in his lifetime because this guy is capable. This monkey was capable of taking his selfie, and that's what they're saying. If he's capable of taking the selfie, he should have copyright laws. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, every judge that this has come in front of has laughed and said the monkey has no.
This has gone in front of judges?
Oh, yeah.
Are you shit?
Oh yeah. And a lot of there have been judges in different countries too. Like,
are they like
a Canadian
really?
Judge? And wouldn't you be? I mean, I would just be like, am I wasting my time? Meanwhile,
I went to law school for this.
The lawyer, the attorney's got like monkey.
Who took that case?
I don't know.
Holy shit!
That's what we need, is a picture of all the attorneys taking the cases that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
But I mean, the monkey's there, and he's, the attorney's like, hey. The attorney's like, hey, this guy took this selfie. He's got rights to it. And the guy that comes in after him, just killed his wife, and he's handcuffed. And it's like, the judge is like, can I handle
the
business,
real shit?
please?
Yeah.
Get this monkey out.
Did the monkey testify on his behalf? You don't know.
It didn't say. But all I know is that PETA tried to put it in front of like three different judges in 3 different countries, and they're all like, shut the fuck up.
Right. That's ridiculous.
So, and PETA's in San Francisco. Like, this is nowhere near. Anyway, so that was my story. What
issue in the past did PETA go, you know what? We can't let this happen again. We have to put our foot down.
This must be stopped. So I wanted to ask you, the reason I brought the story up is, are you pro Naruto, or do you believe Naruto has no rights to that picture?
No, he's done. There's no rights to him.
All right.
I think was Slater. Just
Slater, yeah.
Make as much money as you can off that monkey.
Yeah. Anything that can takes its own shit and throws it at you does not have copyright
at all
capabilities, in my opinion.
I've never been to law school either, so.
And we both have come up with that response.
Yes.
We agree with the judges.
Yes. That's crazy.
Judge Trey and Judge Ryan.
I can't wait to see this picture.
We should do a TV show with our asses. Judge. Stay in the grade judging show.
No, we don't like her. You would.
Ooh, she's hot. Yeah, before we need to hear from you.
You won.
Case for the defense.
Yeah.
That's the prosecutor.
Oops.
Okay, case for the prosecutor.
Yeah, the brunette.
The brunette. Yeah, whatever she is.
The blonde, the redhead, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care what she's called. Okay. Those are my stories.
Those were quick and funny.
Let's do some sports talk. What do you think?
Is this our serious topic today?
No, this is our sports talk. Anybody that, even people that really don't love football, Trey, I think still, know that there's a college football playoff, and then and I mean, somebody that's into. Likely one of the teams. There's Michigan people around, and my wife works with one of her bosses, I think, is a Michigan alum, and you know how it is. College football fans get crazy. So everybody knows that the playoffs are coming up, and the final 4 teams in a 4-team playoff that we still have were selected. Now, you're wearing an ugly, ugly shirt tonight.
It's my burnt orange, yeah.
Actually, if that was in maroon, I like the style of the shirt, for sure.
Just not the color.
Well, just not the logo, that thing on there. So Trey's team, for anybody that doesn't know football, his Texas Longhorns made the playoffs. Congratulations. Now I'll tell you why they shouldn't have made the playoffs. Anyway, there's big controversy overall. We're not going to get that much into it, but basically there are a lot of people saying Texas shouldn't be in it. There are people saying Alabama shouldn't be in it. There are people saying Florida State should be, and Georgia maybe should be still, and it's just a big mess is the point. So you don't have to follow all of that. You just have to know that right now it's a cluster, in my opinion, Trace, because there's only 4 teams. There are more than 4 teams in this country, in my opinion, that can honestly compete for a national title. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with that.
So recap, if you want to do it, go ahead. But basically the number 1 team in the country I think they had fallen to 2 at the time, got beat.
Or 1. I think
they
Georgia
still
was
won.
1.
I thought they maybe put Michigan. So the 4 teams are Michigan, Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama, who are the 4 that made it.
Right.
Georgia was number 1 like all year, 2-time defending champions, and they just got beat in a championship game for the conference by Alabama, who were the previous dominant team.
And it wasn't a blowout, was it?
No, it was a 3-point win.
So on neutral field.
On a neutral field. So they're number 1 team in the country, basically, gets
2-time
gets boosted.
Defending champion.
Gets boosted out of the top 4 just for 1 3-point loss to a team that is now in the playoffs.
On a neutral site.
On a neutral site. So you're kind of going, well, did they get screwed? Okay, well, Texas, I understand that's your team, but they were number 7. And they beat, I don't want to call Oklahoma State a cupcake, because they're not a cupcake, but they're not. It's not impressive to me to. They beat the crap out of them. Don't get me wrong, but it still wasn't that kind of that caliber win that Alabama win, and some of these games. And so all of a sudden they jump up to number 3.
One of the arguments I heard is FSU was ranked number 4. They won against a superior opponent. Then we'll talk about Texas. So how did they drop below it? But what they're saying is that these rankings are supposed to be new every week, because they were like, well, why didn't they have FSU further back if they didn't, because what they're saying is they bumped FSU back because of the quarterback. Sorry.
Okay.
So they
explain it more for people, because the people that don't understand, when he's saying FSU, he means Florida State University.
Florida State University.
You got to act like people. You know how some people come in here and they act dumb for you?
Right.
Just kidding. When Ryan came in, our entrepreneur friend, and dumbed it down for both of us, that's what we need to do for the listeners that don't know college ball.
Sorry. So the biggest argument here,
Florida State
University.
They were number 4.
They were number 4. They had lost their starting quarterback early in the season.
Stud starting quarterback.
Stud, Heisman, whatever.
Not early.
They said he was in the Heisman running.
Yeah, but they didn't lose him early in the season.
I thought they did.
That's the point, is he's now coming out saying he wishes he had broke his leg earlier.
That's right. So they lost him, went to a backup. They kept winning.
Only a couple.
And then he got knocked out for concussion. So the 3rd string was in this game, and they still won. And so I guess the argument is every week they do these rankings. So it doesn't matter if they were ranked number 4 one week, because the next week it's all brand new.
Because they don't have their quarterback.
Right.
If they had their quarterback, maybe even the 2nd string, then they maybe have been in that 4 spot.
Which they will have the 2nd string, because he was just in concussion
So they dropped them out of the playoff. What Trey's saying is because their starting quarterback is hurt, broke his leg, and is unable to play, out for the season. And they slid them out of the 4 spot regardless of having not lost a single game this year.
Right.
Whereas the number 3 spot and number 4 spot, and doing some numbers here, each have a loss.
Right.
And that's what people have a problem with. One of the things is that Florida State University got kicked out, and they're saying, well, look, why, of course they're pissed. Why do we even play the games? We're 13-0.
Yeah.
We won our conference championship with our third string quarterback. Now, granted, I think he threw for like 50 yards, but it doesn't matter. Well, they still won with other. There are more players in the field than the quarterback.
Well, and I think they even put it to where they didn't want to see another issue like TCU last year that got blown out.
Right. Well,
and
sure.
So they're hoping that the 4 teams, like for instance, Texas has been coming on strong towards the end, playing better offense. They've had a good defense throughout the year, but the offense has actually been showing up these last few weeks. So they're thinking that, okay, they're on a roll. It's Texas. I mean, for what it's worth, I know people hate it, but Texas is a name out there, and sometimes that probably puts them ahead.
What people have a problem
based
with.
on an absolutely.
Yeah.
And so against an FSU team that starting a second string quarterback, how would they fare against a Georgia, Washington, a Michigan?
But the fact that Texas jumped them and Georgia.
So I mean, I think
but I'm saying Texas had to jump some people to get in there, whether it's name, whether it's whatever. So it's like my worst nightmare because I don't want to see Alabama win it again, and I definitely don't want to see you Chodes win it. And then there's Michigan, who I'm not a big Michigan.
No,
the kind of dark horse here is Washington, who you guys play,
and they keep winning. I mean,
so I have something I'd like to.
Did you
show you right now?
Did you really go get that shirt? That's awesome.
To support the team that I am now
a fan of,
cheering for.
What is the Huskies? The Huskers?
The Huskies.
The Huskies?
I am a Washington Huskies.
That's funny.
I had to do it.
That's pretty funny.
Since this just came out, I said, where's the fastest shirt I can get?
How easy was it to find that?
Oh, it's... hello, Amazon.
Oh, Amazon, yeah. Duh. Because it took me forever to find that Arizona Cardinal shirt that one year when they played the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. You went against me. Yeah, we tend to do that for each other. And I can now take this off because it's hot. But anyway, so this is my...
Go slow.
This is my team for the rest. Not just for that game, but I like to see them win it all because, I always talk shit on the Pac-12 where Washington, Oregon are from. But I thought this year they're pretty good. And,
yeah.
And I don't want to see, the SEC where A&M plays, I like, and you'll be there next year. You cheer for them because it's your conference, but I'm fucking tired of Bama, dude. I'm tired of Georgia. It's just kind of like, all right, it'd be nice to see a team like Washington who has this Heisman candidate quarterback and this offense that's just killer, and have you guys come in there and play like a 65-61 type game, like, and as a fan.
Yeah.
And...
Well, let me ask you this.
And I like the purple and gold.
Well, let me ask you this. Because, I mean, it's fair points. How did Texas jump so far? How did even Alabama jump so far? So, one, if that Alabama win wasn't a big win, how come more people didn't beat Alabama? That's my one argument. But two, let me ask you this. You're
trying to defend Texas.
Alabama
being
only
in?
had one loss. So
okay. That was week 2 of the season.
On the road.
I don't even think they've woken up yet.
Anyway.
If you guys take care of Washington and you guys lose a close one to either Michigan or Bama, then sure. I mean, sure. I mean, I guess my argument there is that even let's say Texas A&M with the talent they have, plays those 2 games, they could play it the exact same way. So it's not like I'm sitting here saying Texas outright shouldn't be there talent-wise. I'm not saying that. They can play with all these teams. I'm just saying their resume, what made them jump so high so quickly when these other teams. That's it. And I think that's what the argument is. And for people still listening, I know that we have some sports people. We do. I know, 50 of them, friends of ours who will hopefully enjoy this conversation. Some on my side and some on your side.
Right.
But so my point, what I wanted to get to ask you was, do you think that next year, for anybody that doesn't know, they're expanding the playoffs, college football playoffs to 16? I'm sorry, 12, right? Or is it 16?
I think it's 12.
I want an 86 team playoff. No, it's 12 team playoff. Does that end this, or is everybody going to start going, well, that 13th team should have been number 12 and number, you know what I mean?
Well, and what's weird is I've heard that they're going to do that. Every conference champion will automatically be in the playoff. So I don't know if that's going to help out.
Why not? Just do it.
But on the other hand, how fun has it been to have these debates on, it takes that discussion out. Does that hurt college football? Does that help? No.
I don't think so, because I don't know if they're fun to have. I mean, they're necessary. I think everybody likes to to think about a 12-team playoff, and I think people sometimes like change, just something new. I mean, it'll be cool next year. They keep showing these pictures of what it would be this year.
Yeah.
And you're going, ooh, that matchup might have been kind of
fun.
cool.
Yeah.
A Liberty, for people that don't know, is the kind of the Cinderella story. Every year there's one or two teams that gets that kind of non-Power 5 bid, if you will, to a New Year's Day game, and gets a shot to kind of be up there. And this year it's Liberty, and they're going to get a chance to play the Oregon Ducks. And that's what I'm saying. But they would have made the playoff, and who knows? Maybe you went around, and and that's how all of a sudden Liberty's recruiting saying, well, we won one round. I mean, it's similar to college basketball in the tournament.
Yeah, yeah.
You start with the 64 teams, and it's easier in basketball because it's not as physical. But anyway, I just didn't know. I'm excited for the 12-team playoff.
I'm excited about
what they need to be doing. This 4-team stuff has caused, it's caused discussion like tonight. But we'll move on from there. There will be parts that will be cut. Trey and I could talk football all night. We could talk sex all night. We could talk anything all night, probably till he falls asleep.
Yeah.
But we thought we'd throw a little bit of that in there because of that's going on, and I wanted to show him my new purchase that he knows
I respect it.
I do have a team, and I usually jinx the team that I go for. So you're probably pretty excited right about now.
I am.
But Huskies tonight. I think I got a good feeling about this game.
I just hope it's a fun game, to be honest with you.
I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to be...
what's the over here?
Yeah,
64 and a half points.
I will take that all day long. That game is going to be in the 40s for both teams. But anyway. Okay, we'll move on. Did you have anything to add as a Longhorn fan, or like anything to this conversation that you want people to know? Obviously, we have some time. The game isn't for a little while, so.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, it would be nice if they surprise a lot of people, win the national championship, go into the SEC.
Well,
but
that's my worst nightmare.
As a national champion, that would be fun.
That's my worst nightmare. I'm just going to tell you. So, people who like Trey on the show cheer for the Texas Longhorns. People who like me, all 3 of you, I'll take it.
Washington Huskies.
Well, the Huskies, but just anybody but Texas.
Even Alabama? So are you going to root for Alabama too?
Over Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, the order of operations is basically Washington, Michigan, Alabama, Texas for me.
So you would actually root for Michigan to beat Alabama?
Yes. Yeah. For sure.
Even if it's a SEC?
Yeah, because I'm tired of Alabama. They've proven themselves. Plus, anybody that knows me knows that I have some in-laws that are Alabama fans, and I'm kind of tired of it.
So Texas, Alabama in the national championship.
That's my college football nightmare. So
you just hope that didn't happen.
So Washington, Michigan is what we're hoping
what
for.
You're hoping for. What you're hoping for.
1 verse 2. That's what it should be. 1 verse 2.
No.
So Huskies, bring it. All right, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna stay with sports, but I think this one is a little different because we're gonna incorporate. And this is serious, and this is more of me bitching. But you're used to that, right?
That's normal.
And everybody probably already knows, and it's still football. We're going to move to the NFL now. I'm just so fired up about this, but at the same time, then I kind of just started laughing. And I know you know the story, right?
I do.
I mean, you probably started you're like, really? Also, I mean, which is kind of like, at this point, I get mad, and then I'm like, I don't need to add more stress to my life over something like this. So get this. Everybody that doesn't know, during the Kansas City Chiefs game with the Las Vegas Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs, right? You heard me. Yep. Their name is the Chiefs, which is the highest position, in as far as my knowledge, in a Native American tribe. The chief of the tribe, right?
Right.
Okay. There's a little boy, I say little boy. He's 9. That's little. His name is Holden Armenta or Armenta, something like that. His parents, Shannon and Raul, are the three of them are the victims, and I'll call them victims here. I mean, if everybody else on the other side wants to use that word, I'll use it too. This kid dressed up on the road, by the way. It took balls.
Who are they playing?
The Raiders.
Yeah, that's
those
scary right there.
The Raider fans get crazy. This kid, there's a picture of him, and he dressed up in his Chiefs jersey. Travis Kelce, who we've talked about before, who's banging Taylor Swift.
Not bad.
Good for him. And this kid painted half his face red and half of his face black, which are two of Kansas City's colors, correct?
Right.
And he also wore a huge chief headdress that the native chief wore, I guess, per different tribes back in the day. And he's a fan at the game, and he's on the kind of the front row of one of the stands, and there's a big picture of him, and he's got a huge smile on his face, and he's just having a blast. And of course, right? You know what's coming. Go ahead, tell me. What do you think happened?
The poor kid was called a racist.
Well, yes, everybody's freaking out. Not everybody. But there's a writer for, I'll call them out, Deadspin, which is some sports blog. And, look, I don't have a problem with Deadspin. I do have a problem with this guy, and his name is, I thought it was Karen. I thought it was a girl, but it's Karan or...
Of course it is.
Caron, or it's Jay. His name is Phil. His last name is Phillips, so I'm going to call him Mr. Phillips. And this guy, of course, he's a black gentleman, and he is now calling out young Holden for being a racist and for blackface, which, by the way, I mean, can you call somebody out for being half blackface? Because the other half of his face is red. So
well, it says he disrespected two groups of people at once. He said this.
That was my next quote.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You can go ahead.
I apologize.
No, you look like you're ready to get in on this story. So let's go.
He said he found a way to hate black people and Native Americans at the same time. Really?
Yeah. This 9-year-old hates black people and Native Americans, and he proved it by painting his face red on one side and black on the other. Don't you know?
Unbelievable.
Don't you know? That's what this kid. He woke up. He said, "I can't wait to go to the game," and just hate.
How many college stadiums are filled with people painted up from head to toe? It's fucking ridiculous.
And if their color happens to have black in it or red or whatever, in the headdress got him too, and this guy, I mean, you're reading some of the obviously the same quotes that I've read, and that this Phillips guy, and I'll go ahead and tell you that this Phillips douchebag is probably just looking to stir up something to get his name out there, and I hope it doesn't work. I mean, I hope everybody's like, I'm not going to read this guy. I mean, he's an asshole. You're going after a kid? So get this, Trey. Did you know that Holden Armenta and Shannon and Raul Armenta, his parents, are actually members of the Chumash Indian tribe?
I just read that, yeah.
Did you know that? So not only is he allowed to, if you want to call it, even if he wasn't, even if he was as German as you can get or as Irish as you can get, he can dress up like this. He's not doing anything. In fact, He looks like a badass, right?
He's cool. A little 9-year-old. I mean, come on.
I mean, I'm looking at this kid, the picture of the 9-year-old. He looks cooler than we do.
Didn't he get a picture with the cheerleaders and stuff?
The cheerleaders, and everybody was all into it. And any Native American, if that's what I'm supposed to, I guess that's what we're supposed to say. Any Native American that would have a problem with this kid that has done nothing but respect their image with this I don't even call it a costume, with this headdress and his paint. I mean, this is what they did. This isn't like he's painting himself in blackface to be somebody else, which is a whole nother discussion, which you and I have talked about over Halloween, which is not even necessarily that bad if it's in respect.
Well, supposedly
this is in total and utter respect.
And it's saying the guy, I mean, this sounds lazy and clickbait. He said the photo that he posted was, of course, just the side of the face where he had the black paint. So it didn't even show his full face, showing the black and the red.
The writer,
the Phillips guy. So that's kind of embarrassing that he would just
Well, but that helps his cause. I mean, this guy's but he's a piece of shit. This is, and as a writer myself, and especially somebody that likes to try and dab in some freelance sports writing, it's kind of like, I get what he's trying to do, but dude, you just can't call it a 9-year-old for that. It's every kid's dream probably to go sit there and cheer on his favorite team that he probably grew up as a kid, like as a little boy with his dad and his parents who are Chiefs fans. He gets an opportunity to go to the game and he gets to dress like it and pictures with the cheerleaders, and some guy, some asshole is going to sit here and call a 9-year-old out. So basically what they're doing, I mean, what he's doing is he's calling the parents out too. I mean, I don't think it's just the 9-year-old, obviously, because the 9-year-old didn't dress himself fully. So the best part of this story is the parents are going to sue this guy.
Hell yeah.
You're going to sue the magazine and this guy with it. And they're basically just saying, hey, look, it's a slander, and it's for accusing him of wearing being racist for wearing a Native American headdress and for blackface is what the article said. And so the parents are saying, well, this is basically, what's the name? Defamating. Is that the right word? I don't care.
Defamation?
Right, of character.
Yeah.
For this,
defamation
for their boy. 10 years from now, some woke whatever can be there. Oh, you were the 9-year-old that did blackface, and that's ridiculous that this kid might have to deal with that. So you know what? I'm cheering for the Armentas, if you will.
Well, I don't know if you saw this, but it says the Deadspin story, has since updated to include a statement from this Santa Ynez band of Chumash Indians. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. And it says, we are aware that a young member of our community attended the Kansas City Chiefs game in a headdress and face paint in a way of supporting his favorite team. It says, the statement reads, please keep in mind that the decisions made by the individual or family and community are their own and may not reflect views of the broader tribal community. As a federally recognized tribe, this Santa Ynez band of Chumash Indians does not endorse wearing regalia as part of a costume or participating in any other type of cultural appropriation. So this tribe that they say they're a part of came out saying they don't support.
Well, that's interesting. And
also another little side piece. It says Phillips also called out the NFL at large, criticizing the league for relentlessly participating in prejudice.
Well, and they're calling out the Kansas City Chiefs as a whole. They're saying they need to address this issue, which, in my opinion, means that he's insisting that they change, or not insisting, but he's insinuating that they should change their name, or what's happened with the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indians and all this. And that's the first time I've heard a tribe kind of come out against it. And I don't know if they're against it. I think what they're saying is, don't everybody start doing this for the Chiefs just because this kid got, you know what I mean? Don't have a whole stadium of this.
And honestly, think about this, Ryan. I can't imagine this being the first person that's ever done this.
No,
it's just the first one that's caught on camera that this guy wanted to blow out of proportion with it and make a name for himself.
He was an easy target.
Yeah, a kid of all things.
That's what I mean. He was an easy target. So I don't agree with this Native American group either. If they want to come out, I mean, first off, this family apparently is that Chumash heritage. I mean, that's what they are.
Right. The grandfather was.
So who is this group to come out and say they can't do it? I mean, that's they're it's like, what are you going to get thrown out of the tribe? Okay, whatever. So I don't agree with that. That's interesting. I'm glad you found that, because that brings a whole nother element to the conversation. But I mean, it keeps reminding me of like the Florida State. Speaking of the Seminoles, that tribe down there is over and over and over and over said, we like that they're named the Seminoles. That's respect to us.
Right.
This kid wasn't wearing something that insulted Native Americans in any way.
Right.
And again, the Kansas City Chiefs aren't the Chumash tribe anyway. It's just because he happens to be from that with his family.
Right.
That the tribe came out and made a statement. Why? What is that? 9 people? I mean, and I don't mean to be an asshole, but who? No one's heard of that group until this kid.
Right.
So now you're going to make a statement about it, and whatever. Shut up. So I'm behind the kid and the family, and I dress however you want. I mean, God, dude, go to Minnesota during a Vikings game and be like, you know what, I'm a Viking, and you're cultural appropriation by wearing Viking horns, or go, go to an Eagles game and be like, my family is Eagles, it's birds, it's fucking birds. You're wearing.
My grandfather was part Eagle.
I'm 1/16th Eagle. So get that helmet off that has the eagle wing on your helmet right now.
Right.
And that's my issue. It's just kind of, where does it end? Where does it end? It's so stupid. So we'll move on with that. It just brings up some of the same stuff we've talked about. The Halloween costumes, the this, the that, it's out of control. It's so stupid. This kid, get off his back. He wanted to dress up like a Kansas City Chief. Blame, if you have to blame somebody, which you shouldn't, but if you do blame Kansas City, it's their name. Seriously. I mean, it's like when you guys do your stupid Longhorn thing. Your name is the Longhorn, so you're going to put your two fingers up like a Longhorn. I mean, that's what people do because that's their team. And this kid, again,
I think you should dress up like a furry husky for the game.
You know what I should do? Well, husky's part wolf, right? So I could call our old friend Annika Zvenska.
See if she can.
We haven't talked about her in many episodes, so those of you that don't know, she's a British, now living in Norway, wolf howler, and she's smoking hot.
See how many dogs you piss off.
PETA. We get flagged because I'm wearing a husky costume for the game.
That's funny.
But we laugh, Trey, but that's scary. That's what's happening. So,
you want a more light.
So we're pissed. Yeah, take me away, but we're pissed. This kid should have done what he wanted. Everyone dress like your team and do whatever the fuck you want, and everyone else calm the fuck down.
Boom.
And I guarantee you, Trey, talking about this kid dressing in red face and black face combined, which I don't think there's a term for, wearing a Native American headdress, us talking about this will definitely get my butthurt comment of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I like it.
I look forward to it. Go ahead, people. Yeah, take me away from there.
So I've got a story that's going to bring a whole new meaning to the word pretzel. So I don't know if you enjoy pretzels or not, but you might after this.
I mean, I wouldn't say enjoy, but I'd go for a pretzel.
So I've got a little story. It says the most searched.
A big pretzel or a small pretzel? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I guess it depends on.
Okay. I don't even know where this is going. I'm laughing. Okay.
It's pretty funny.
Go ahead. I apologize.
The most searched sex positions in America revealed.
Now we're talking, Trey.
So
who cares about Native American headdresses and cultural appropriation?
Let's get naughty.
Let's get naughty.
The sex toy.
Not you and me.
No. Maybe. Depends on how much you drink. The sex toy review platform Bed Bible analyzed Google Trends and found out which X-rated acrobatics people were Googling in each state. So it says the results may be surprising to fans of the standard missionary and cowgirl positions. So it says the pretzel took the top spot in 14 states.
Whoa. The pretzel. Can you demonstrate right now?
So what it says, to pull this move off, one partner has to lie on their side.
Okay.
And the other straddles their bottom leg and holds up their top leg while penetrating them.
Okay.
Not only does this position provide deeper penetration, which I'm glad I found that out, but it also allows for strong eye contact and enhanced intimacy. So it allows you to look deeper into your lover's eyes and have that extra.
You looked at me too deeply right there.
Yeah?
Yeah. Are you going to go to your girlfriend with a bag of pretzels and be like,
we're going to pretzel tonight, baby?
Yeah, does this kind of do anything for you?
Well, actually, we've done this one, so that's not too bad.
Good for you.
It's not bad at all.
Okay, so you like the pretzel.
I do like the pretzel.
Look, I'm not going to lie to you. The pretzel isn't that uncommon. I've taken care of business to that.
Honestly, if there's sex involved, I can only imagine what position I won't like. But
I bet there's got to be one. Let's find one.
Let's find one. The second one in the rankings was the speed bump.
Ooh.
thanks to searches in Arkansas, Colorado, Texas, Massachusetts, Tennessee, Wisconsin, Indiana.
So these are the ones people are searching.
Right. So
And
this
people
is
are literally
2.
searching speed bump.
Speed bump.
for
I've
sex.
never heard of this.
Okay.
I've tried this. Actually, we do this quite a bit.
I don't need that visual.
The maneuver is similar to a doggy style, but instead of the receiving partner being on all fours, they are lying on their stomach with a pillow underneath their hips to create the speed bump.
Yeah, sometimes women like that better. They're lazy and shit, but whatever.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Pillow or not, it doesn't matter.
Again,
okay.
when sex is involved.
Speed bump. Yeah, just anything, right? All right.
So it says the angle is a great option for couples who are looking to stimulate the G-spot. So next up, and this I'm trying to figure out how the fuck this works out. Next up was the Eiffel Tower.
Oh man. All right. Some sort of standing?
It says a 3-person position in which one partner gets on all fours to form the base of the tower.
A 3-person. So this is this is your kind of deal.
Well, it depends on what 3.
It's true.
So we've got one on all fours for the base. That person performs oral sex on the partner in front of them while being penetrated by their second partner from behind.
Oh, man.
It says the outside partners high five above the other person to complete the tower.
That's great.
So I'm assuming this is 2 males and a female?
You're so going to do this with the 2 males.
Which I guess...
So does that mean that you're receiving from another male, or are you giving to another male?
I guess it could be 3 dudes, but I'm assuming...
Well, no, let's just pretend you have a woman at some point.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere. Look, I know you have tendencies, but definitely not all 3.
I've never tried this. But I'm also wondering if you have a female laying on her back with another female on top of her while you're on one end penetrating from... I mean, that could still be a triangle Eiffel Tower, no? I wonder if that's the same thing.
I don't know. I don't know. It seems like the Eiffel Tower provides a lot of opportunity for configuration.
Well, it seems like it's a woman, I'm assuming, is the base, and the 2 men.
2 men
are the...
Could you do it with more than 3 people and somehow make an Eiffel Tower? Could you have like 2 and 2, or... I think there. Yeah, I think there's a way. I think there's more to this Eiffel Tower than you're thinking. Go ahead.
Well, this was thanks to Connecticut, Delaware, Oregon, Wyoming, were the 4 states that searched for this sex position the most.
Oh wow! Some of those are quote unquote boring states. I would say. No offense to our Delaware listeners and our Wyoming listeners.
A lot of naughty females out there.
But yeah, okay.
So
that was number 3.
So then we've got California, New York, and Virginia all favored the Cupid's arrow.
Oh,
okay. It's a variation of missionary sex. That's crazy. California and New York. Maybe Virginia, I get it.
Well, but what variation? I mean...
It says, oh my gosh, they've got the wheelbarrow in here.
Well, sure, you got to have the wheelbarrow.
It says the penetrating person lies on their back while the other is on top, resting their elbows and keeping their legs together between their partners.
On top.
Oh, okay. So if the woman is on top, you're inside, her legs are in between yours? Is that what it's saying? On top, resting their elbows and keeping their legs together on top, between their partners. That's what I'm saying.
That just seems to me like
just a variation of
woman on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Said another missionary style that captured the interest in Alabama, Maine, Rhode Island was the Eagles position.
Now we're talking. Let's get more.
Well, another variation of missionary, it says one partner lies down with their legs open, spread eagle, while the other penetrates them. Isn't that regular mission?
Yeah, I mean, are you trying to like squawk like an eagle while you flap your arms like you're flying?
I don't get that one because that just seems like regular.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. If my wife said let's do the eagle and I didn't know what that was, and she said lay down and spray, I would start going. I mean, I would do that, and I would start flapping my wings.
You get a call from PETA on that one. Residents in you like this one. Residents of Maryland, Pennsylvania, and South Dakota were titillated by the pile driver, an advanced sex move that requires both flexibility and strength. So that would not work out for me.
But I know a pile driver is like a wrestling move, and you're a wrestling fan.
This definitely can't be the same thing. It says one partner lies on the floor with their legs over their head and their lower back lifted up off the ground.
Yeah, I know this one.
Said the other person then squats and penetrates them from above.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've heard. Yeah, that one's, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like a lot of work, right?
It does.
Like, what's the point? What? I mean, are the angles that different? Anyway,
it says
I'm not a pro pile driver guy. Go ahead.
Says, what about a butter churner? It says this move is also known as the butter churner.
Just because of the name.
And that one is often searched in Arizona and Illinois.
Butter churner is Illinois, Arizona. Yeah. Okay. All right.
We've got the position in Missouri, Vermont, and Washington was the wheelbarrow.
Wait, but what was the butter churner?
Is the same as the pile driver.
Oh, they just call it.
Call it something different. So it's would you try the butter churner over the pile driver?
Can we unite on one thing in this country and just?
I like the butter churner.
Can we just all call it the butter churner?
That's fun.
Everybody's got to have signs.
Yeah. The wheelbarrow is the next one with Missouri, Vermont, and Washington. Looking that one up, says it requires the penetrating partner to stand behind the other person and lift their legs while the receiver uses their arms to hold themselves up as if they were a wheelbarrow.
Right. And I think that there should be contests. You know how they do the wheelbarrow contest where you use your hands and you have to walk and the other one's...
There's got to be a porn video out there with that.
That's what I'm saying. Or there should be. Or there should be some sort of a competition underground.
Our favorite
in some club.
State of Florida and Ohio were intrigued by the corkscrew.
Okay. No. Okay, look, this may be... Okay. I have a visual, and I want to see if it's anything like what I'm saying.
So this position begins with one person on their back, with the other above them in a missionary position. The receiving partner then closes their legs and twists their waist so that their knees are at their side.
Oh, okay. But why is that the corkscrew? They could come up with something better because that's all they're doing is they're rotating to one side.
I love that it's always saying the receiving partner.
I know. So they're so polite.
There's not a man and woman. It's the receiving partner.
They're so polite. I had a visual of like some girls sitting on top of a man and just going in a circle.
Spinning her.
The corkscrew. Or the guy doing the spinning and he's just, anyway.
The Lotus, a modified version of the cowgirl, was a favored search in Montana and New Hampshire.
Okay.
Obviously, we know the penetrating partner is sitting on their receivers' faces with them and wraps their legs around them while rocking back and forth. Oh, I guess that's the Lotus as opposed to the cowgirl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. See, this is where it's confusing. This thing would be simple. We have five terms, but we have like 15 because no one can agree.
Why can't we just say we're going to have sex? Anyway.
Because that's no fun. You want to...
Residents of South Carolina were searching for the butterfly, a position in which the receiver lies on their back on the edge of the bed while their partner stands to penetrate them.
Sure.
Okay, I've done that. Hawaii's favored sex position was the jackhammer.
Oh.
Hawaii.
Damn. All those big like Hawaiian dudes are just like...
hammering it. A more aggressive version of doggy style.
Well, right. But I don't even know if it's just doggy. Is it any position?
Well, it says the penetration partner holds the receiver upside down and spreads their legs to resemble the handles of a jackhammer while entering them. What the fuck?
So they're really taking it to literal level.
Holy shit. How big is this partner? I mean, come on.
Man.
How strong are these? How strong is the penetrator?
Come The penetrator. Saying the penetrator and the receiver doesn't make this any less sexual.
No.
Yeah.
Michigan residents may have
I apologize to anybody that doesn't want to hear this from us, but this is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan residents may be the most pure of heart, with the traditional missionary position being their top search. That's fucking boring.
Michigan people are missionary, huh?
Yeah. That's why they're going to lose the national championship.
Yeah, I was going to say. What's Alabama?
Maybe that's why they'll have a ton of energy for the national championship.
True. That's true, too.
In New Jersey, there was interest in the prone position that requires the receiving partner to lie flat on their stomach while they are penetrated from behind. Didn't we already go over that one?
Yeah. But that had a pillow. This is without a pillow. All right, take it easy in New Jersey over there.
Right. So the sniper, an oral sex position, captured the attention of people in North Carolina, where it was most searched. It is fairly simple, in which the giver lies on their stomach instead of their knees while performing oral sex. Okay.
That's what we need, is a list of like different oral sex positions.
I like that.
That's your assignment.
I've done that one, the sniper. I've been sniped.
To a man.
No.
I didn't know you could do that to a woman from that angle.
No, I've had it done to me, I guess.
Oh, that's what that's what you meant to say.
Sorry. To a man.
That's what you meant to say, but things slip out, Trey. That's okay.
Anyway, residents of Georgia took to Google to research the classic spooning position, where both partners lie on one side, facing the same direction, blah, blah, blah. Finally, in Alaska, where they have a lot of chlamydia, residents may be curious about domination with their frequent searches of triceratops position.
Best for last. What the fuck is the triceratop position?
The receiver bends over with their stomach parallel to the floor as their partner holds their arms to the side of their body and penetrates them from behind. Oh, I've done that.
Yeah, well, yeah, but why is it triceratops? What does that mean? There's three.
I don't know why.
Oh, there's a third. There's the third. I think. Okay. Either way,
shit.
I mean, good for them, because everything else is cold. It's cold as shit.
Let me scroll back up here.
Anyway,
see if there was any funny names that we missed. So, is there anyone that you're planning on trying? Wheelbarrow seems
I'm not gonna
drastic.
No one is gonna get me to say what I've done or what I'm gonna try.
The butter churner. That sounds fun.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna tell you either way, because I'm pretty sure that I'm already in trouble for just talking about it, much less telling you fucks what I actually do.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, for all you know, it's missionary and that's it. And once we had our 2 kids, we stopped. That's all you need to know.
That's all we need to know. You've done it twice at least.
Twice, at least.
Well, the pretzel gives you the intimacy where you can look into her eyes.
Oh, that's right. That's what pretzel. Look, yeah, maybe pretzel, maybe a little jackhammer.
Oh shit!
I mean, if things get a little crazy and she goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I'll be like, "Look, it's just called the jackhammer. Calm down."
See, I'm surprised there's not one where they have the legs up over your shoulders.
Well, I guarantee you that if you find it as a different source of just sex positions, these are the most searched.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they don't have one called consensual on here either. So,
but I mean, like, there are so many positions. I mean, any kind of possible angle. It's almost like infinity.
Yeah.
And so, I'd be very curious to hear some of the nicknames for some of the positions. So that's a good start. We'll move forward from that. Those are the most searched in the States.
Right.
Speaking of states.
I was almost about to say that.
You should have said it before I did.
You beat me to the punch.
I can't tell whether people are like football and states. Who gives a shit? Hopefully my McDonald's and monkey selfie story saved the show.
Monkey selfie story.
But we're going to talk about the 5 states. Look, and don't tell me the sex position thing didn't get people listening.
I was curious, yeah.
I mean, how many people are jackhammering right now?
Right now.
right now. Well, not right now, but right now when you're listening to this part. In fact, I'm just going to title this section The Jackhammer.
The Jackhammer. To Jackhammer.
Yes, that'll be the name of the show. To Jackhammer and what was the other one?
The Triceratops, the butter churner.
The butter churner.
You like the butter
yes.
churner?
To Jackhammer a butter churner will be the name of the next show. All right,
shit.
Guys, we have 5 more states.
Last 5.
So I swear to God. Just because we're going to start a whole new segment about the next 50 states that
does something great.
Their scores for reading comprehension.
Yeah.
Bear with us for the last 5 states at what each state is worst at. Where are we, for the love of God?
Well, you're wearing the shirt right now, so.
All right, here we go. Washington, most likely to beat the shit out of the Texas Longhorns.
No. This one is and I shit you not, it says worst at loving Justin Bieber.
You gotta be kidding me. That may be the best one we've done.
Oh my God.
People that are just tuning into this, maybe like, this is a cool list. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, worst at loving Justin Bieber.
Loving Justin Bieber,
yep.
Meaning they don't like him.
They don't like him, apparently. They said Washington did legalize pot smoking, even though people can't grow weed at home. So the next best thing to do, and it's free, is adore Justin Bieber.
What?
So that makes sense?
No, not even a little bit, Trey.
And next.
Washington legalized pot smoking.
But they can't grow it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
So they're saying that...
How's that have anything to do with Justin Bieber?
Whoever did this list...
They grabbed you in.
Washington, ? Move on.
West Virginia.
Oh, God. Go ahead.
Fewest college graduates per capita.
There you go. That doesn't surprise me at all. Move on.
So you don't want to read the little verbiage under?
Go ahead.
Okay. West Virginia is almost heaven in John Denver's famous song, but economically speaking, the state is a bit of a black hole. Aside from having the fewest college graduates, they have the fewest full-time workers, plus the lowest level of optimism regarding the economy.
There's just nothing going on. I mean, if you told me about a state like, at least Wyoming's got the park and all these things. West Virginia, it's pretty. I've had a golf tournament near Charleston, which is probably the only little area there, or Morgantown. I'm sorry, Morgantown, where the university is. Okay, that little segment of West Virginia is fairly nice, but there's just nothing there.
Yeah.
Like my brother did some work up there in the field for engineering, and he's like, they eat squirrels and shit. And it's like,
no shit.
It's just like there's not a lot. There's nothing happening, and so that doesn't surprise me at all. Next,
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Highest incarceration rate of African Americans.
Oh, Wisconsin? Really? Is that why all of their football players are white?
I was about to say, how do they recruit a football team up there?
Because they're all. Have you seen that team?
No.
It's like a team of whiteys. I mean, I'm not trying to be like racist. I'm just saying that they're known as offensive line U, and all you have are these 5 big Wisconsin white kids that grew up, throwing logs.
Yeah.
But why? Go ahead and read the snippet.
It says.
You and your snippet.
12.8% of African American men are incarcerated in Wisconsin. That's near double the national average of 6.7%.
Whoa.
And 3% points worse than Oklahoma.
Which must be the next, I guess.
It says an African American man will end up in jail faster than anyone playing Monopoly.
Okay, that's stupid.
Next page.
No. I'm fascinated by this because you can make an issue out of this one. This one's like a serious one. Double. You're talking about double.
The average.
That's a lot. And I wonder why, because I lived obviously in Chicago, just south of Wisconsin. And you're going, is it because like Wisconsin's scared to turn into Chicago? I mean, is it, Chicago's got some issues. We all know.
Other states sending them there?
I don't know, man. But that the double thing got me. When you said 12% and the national average is 6?
6.7,
anyway,
yes.
Well, okay. 6.7, Trey.
Next.
Okay. Trey's so ready to be done with this shit.
Wyoming.
Okay, I love Wyoming. Go ahead.
Highest suicide rate.
Well, that's interesting because it's so beautiful there.
Is
It really is. There's just, I guess, not a lot to do. It's the least populated. Is that what it was going to tell you?
Wyoming is the least populous state, though.
People, I didn't write this, I swear.
It says Wyoming has the highest suicide rate of 23.2 per 100,000.
Whoa, 23 per 100,000. That's crazy.
It says New Jersey is the state with the highest will to live, with a suicide rate nearly 3 times lower.
New Jersey really is the highest that wants to live?
And that was it.
Wyoming was it? I
That
thought
was
there
it.
was a... There's none after Wyoming?
No, that was the last one.
There's
My
no-
page didn't go next
There's
to
no...
it.
There's no Y's?
No,
No Y state?
no, Wyoming was the only one.
What about Z? We don't have a Z?
No Z.
Well, good. There you go, people.
You're welcome.
50 states, everything they're worst at. Go back and listen to the last 10 shows to get this information. It's very important that you know that when you go through Kansas, well, I'm not going to tell you now. You have to go back, and, listen. You got to find it. Just take a guess. And if you don't find it immediately, listen to 3 or 4 shows.
I got to see what the next article brings up.
Yeah. So the 50, the things, every 50, you try this again. The thing every state is worst at has now been completed.
Yep.
Thank fucking Christ.
You're welcome.
If I think for my self-awareness tonight, it's going to be that, like,
You're done with that?
people that think they have something clever and they just don't.
I've got some self-awareness.
Okay, you do a self-awareness. I have one today, and it's very similar to some of the other ones that I've had at the grocery store. But I'm just, look, this is where I vent. I can't vent to my wife. She goes, quit being irrational and just take a deep breath. And that, I don't want to do that. That's boring.
That is boring.
What's yours?
So I went and saw a comedian this weekend. And what day was it? Tuesday? Yes, over the weekend. I went and saw a comedian. And
That's great.
yeah, with my woman. And of course, I put us on the front row. You know, got to put us on the front row, which means that
So you
gonna
couldn't
get
do
heckled.
did you do the butter churn later on?
No butter
No
churning.
butter churning. Okay.
The comedian decided to go in on me a little bit.
Oh, he did. Oh,
yeah.
Ooh, I want to hear this. Okay. Do we know this guy?
Yeah.
He's been in stuff
I know
before.
this guy. Yeah.
He's been in stuff before.
Yeah.
What's his name?
TJ Miller.
I'm writing it down just because I know that name. He's been in tons of stuff,
Yeah.
right? Okay. TJ Miller.
Yeah.
You saw him and he dug into you.
He dug into me.
I love it. I know.
So-
I know who that is. It's like I hit the mic 2 times a show.
So of course he's asking questions, and I'm thinking I'm funny
Like in front of
the people. Yeah, and I think I'm funny. And he
God.
said,
I would be so embarrassed.
so he looks at my girlfriend and says, "This is the guy I can tell that feels like he's the funniest one in the room, right?
It's perfect. He's
Yet
perfect.
he's maybe only funny 60% of the time."
If that.
And I was like, "Oh my God." I was devastated.
Yeah. I bet that hurt.
So yeah, I was a little defeated on that
I
one.
bet that one hurt. Yeah, that was. He went.
So maybe I'm not that funny, right?
He went overboard.
I was a little sad by that.
Well, maybe he's not that funny because he's doing like small clubs.
So yeah. So I went home and cried after that.
Was that before or after the jackhammer? Would you? I
think it was a pretzel.
But that was it. Like that's what. But what is self-awareness? Like what?
Then maybe I'm not as funny as I thought.
Oh,
I was.
you're being
I'm bringing,
self-aware.
Yeah, it brought awareness to the fact that I'm not funny, right?
You're trying to inform our listeners. You're inspired by the fact that I've taken the initiative about myself,
Right.
admitting that there are things I need to be more self-aware of, and now you're saying you're doing the same.
Right. So maybe I need to be the serious one of the show now, and you're the funny one now.
I think this guy was really wrong. Fucked your head all up.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
I think he thought he was being funny, and in turn, it really messed with your psyche.
Yeah, I might have cried on the way home, but I may need a hug after this.
God. Was it before or after the eagle position?
It was the pretzel. Actually, we might have done the speed bump.
Well, you're saying how much you need some emotional support, but the speed bump was your
bump
option.
took care of me.
No, you need the pretzel because what it allowed you to look into each other's eyes.
Intimate.
I needed that at the moment.
I needed that intimate contact.
Look, I love TJ and things that he's done, but fuck that guy because you're funny, and if you're not funny, man, I've been wasting a lot of time with you on the show. So I hope some people out there think you're funny. I do. I think it's definitely over 60%.
Thank you.
I mean,
63.
I think that you're a 90% guy.
I appreciate that.
And
Are you rounding up or?
Yeah, from 50. 50. No. I appreciate everything you add to the show. And I've talked to people recently about the show, and they've said, in fact, to a couple of people that have come on the show, and at the same time there was. They've come onto the show to talk. They haven't come on the show. I know what all of you were thinking. But and then there was somebody that we're wanting to have on the show that was there as well, and so we talked a lot about the show.
Awesome.
And I think that overall, we talked about the fact that you and I kind of complement each other because I'll talk, I'll lead, I'll take control.
Right.
I'll do whatever I want.
I'll come in with the or how do you spell that?
And Trey waits for his moments, and I think that you have to have that in anything, whether it's like sports broadcasting. You've always got your play-by-play and your color commentator, and I think that's what we do well. If you had two of either of us trying to do a show, it wouldn't work
at all.
Can you imagine two of me like just stop talking? No, you stop talking. No, you stop. And two of you, where it's like you sit there for a while waiting for the punchline.
Yeah,
waiting for a punchline. Somebody say something so I can, And that's why I think that this is a special deal that we have, and I hope everyone else is enjoying it as well. My self-awareness, real fast. All it is some bitch that sat on her phone in front of the sushi section at the grocery store. I've talked about sushi before.
You are serious about your sushi.
I get it. I'm ready. I wanted to go home, and she's just sitting there, and she's middle-aged. She's on her phone, and she's in the. I literally can't see around her to see what I want to get.
Yeah,
and I can't look. This grocery store does a great job of variety. I mean, I can't just go in there and grab something. I have to take my time. She's on her phone texting in front of it. And she looks back and she didn't even say she was sorry.
Wow.
She just kind of like, and then she kind of moved to the side like I was the pain.
Did you have that Washington shirt on at the time?
No. It doesn't end there.
Uh-oh.
She moves away and she finishes her texting or whatever, and I'm looking. And as soon as she stops texting, she comes and she's like right over my shoulder trying to find her some sushi now. And she leans over me, reaches across me and grabs one.
Not yours, I hope.
No.
Okay.
I may have punched her if that had happened. I just feel like, again, look around and be like, I'm not the only one here. Whenever I have to get on the phone and text at the store, which I hate doing, but when I have to do it to ask if I'm getting the right
whatever
fucking olive oil, something, I move to the side, and every word I'm looking around to make sure that I'm not causing anybody any issues. Am I too polite, Trey?
Not at all.
Doing this segment for 50-something shows that we've done. God, 50. We're almost at 60 shows. Are we bitching too much, or do people need to start listening?
People need to start listening.
Well, that's what I thought. But that's our deal. That's tonight, and really excited to have our guest on next show, and it's coming up. It should be out next week, but tell you what, keep going and looking. And that was another comment. It didn't qualify for like Butthurt comment of the week, but it was. I mean, I posted that collaboration clip that our gun instructor, I think should I call him that, or
weapons specialist?
Weapons specialist for us. Our bodyguard. We haven't signed any contracts, but he's agreed.
In principle. I
mean, we don't have any payment set up yet, but
handshake.
But he gave us a collaboration video of us going and doing shooting for the first time, which I thought was a pretty cool deal. It was something fun. It was something good. We did it safely. We'd never done it before.
The Eiffel Tower or the shooting?
In this case, it's the shooting.
Okay.
If you want to talk Eiffel Tower, we can do that too. But that did not involve this gentleman. We'll ask him about the Eiffel Tower when he comes on the show.
Okay.
God. The first question.
Have you been a part?
Yeah. So anyway, some guy, we posted that video and it was very quick, under a minute on YouTube. And some guy's like, D-bags. And my response was like, you seem intelligent. Like,
good comeback.
What was give us some substance. I'm willing to accept that you might think, is it because you don't like guns? Is it because we were being silly? Was it because we were being pussies because the guns were loud? Which was that a joke. Yes, it was loud, but we weren't really jumping, So, but he'll be on, and like I said, this gentleman, I won't go through the whole list, but he's an army guy, he's a security guard for children. He does it all. A really good man, and I hope I know he's looking forward to being on.
Should be a fun show.
You'll get a break from having just the two of us babbling about sex positions.
He'll babble about it.
Yeah, we'll ask him what it is, and then we'll have a guest on, and if all goes as planned, and talk a little bit about the opposite of everything we talk about with our gun enthusiasts.
And there we go.
So I'm looking forward to the next couple of shows, and I hope you guys had fun.
I did. Yeah.
Follow us, subscribe to the goddamn YouTube.
Yeah, like us, subscribe,
do all that.
follow.
I don't want to say it every show, but just do it. And honestly, it is going up, and I think this is helping. I think people are going, he's yelling at us. Let me just go ahead and hit this button.
We appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Well, and I love you. Everybody that's actually subscribing and liking and doing all those things, you are our best friends, and you get some merch. We have this, whatever.
And if you like us, it does help us out. So, we're not trying to, if you don't like us, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like Yelp. It's kind of like, right? If you go on there and you're like,
Are we on Yelp too?
No, but we should be.
Okay.
I don't know if Yelp does podcasts, but if you go in there and you're like, what's the best, you don't want like a Domino's, or you don't want a chain of pizza, but if you're like, what's the best, like kind of like local mom and pop pizza shop?
Hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall. Near me.
We're your hole in the wall.
Yeah. We're the hole in the wall. You go on and you find reviews. Well, you're not going to go and listen, if you will, to a pizza shop that has like 2-star reviews and has no reviews or has no whatever.
Right.
It would mean the world to us. Give us a quick, these guys can be funny. What do we decide? 90% of the time, Trey.
Yeah. Tell us your favorite sex position.
Yeah. We're willing to talk about anything, and it really helps us out. And I'm going to keep saying it until you do it.
Yeah, he will.
All right. Love you guys.
Later. I tell you what, the Triceratops does get her going. So
it sounds like it hurts. 3 horns involved.
It's fun. You'll enjoy it.
Good for you.